Ooh, bad streamer alert. Ooh. So I didn't set up all my stuff accordingly. I was a little busy. It's a little busy, but we're on time. We're on time. We just gotta set up while on stream. I keep doing this week. Let me change my background. But it looks like everything's working okay, at least. Hopefully the stream doesn't go out like it did yesterday, because I'm gonna lose it if I have to. I think my camera is already wrong as well, but I can fix that real fast. It ain't no thing. I just gotta get the proper background. I think I have one just like scattered around. Let's see. There we go, let's do the guild room. I gotta adjust my chroma key anyway. Actually, the camera's not horrible. Usually I have it higher, but it's not too bad. Let me see. You get to see, you get to see behind the scenes. All right, there we go. We're good. Hello, everybody, we are live. I took a shower, had some DMs I had to sort through. It's just been a busy morning this morning, but a good morning. Lots of good. Been working on art more a little bit, and I've been actually having fun with it. I think what it is that apparently brushes do make a fucking difference. Who would have thought? Just a little bit of a difference. I won't say that, it's the be all and end all, but damn it if it helps. Got me a coffee, got me a yogurt, got me a water. I think we got everything. Is my ringer off? Yep, it is. Look at me. Okay, so we're going to be able to finish Artie's route today. I think we're over halfway through, if not halfway through. So, yeah, the music can be heard. Okay. See, not as chaotic as I was expecting. And my shirt looks so orange. This is a sriracha shirt. It's supposed to be like bright red. I mean, the coloring doesn't look awful, but like when you know what it looks like, it does. Several weeks passed by. My friends and I were all being kept busy. Same. Just scroll past it. There were plenty of small retrieval missions, guard duty, and odd jobs to go around. I found myself picking weeds from the gardens one of these days, Artie falling behind with a watering can when Eleanor showed up.
Hey, friends!
Hi! We greeted her happily, using this as a chance to take a break from our gardening. Did she say hello at the same time that you popped in, Lacey? Because that'd be so funny. Yeah. Hello! What's up, Eleanor? Our trusty leader needs you to, said he has another mission for you. This one's a biggie. I exchanged an excited glance with Artie. He too looked intrigued by this. I think, actually, I remember this from the beta reading. I think this was one of my favorite parts of the route, actually. Is he in his office? Of course. Head there as soon as you can, please. Between you and me, these flowers can wait. She skipped off, leaving us to get cleaned up and head out. Hey, not the don't abandon the flowers. Me when I don't remember this part. Me last stream when I couldn't remember the first mission at all. We were all in it. Look, I understand the being in a daze when you write a script. What do you think it is? I don't know. We just discussed this. We don't know. Maybe it's just a pity mission, considering how our last one went. Could be. Hey, I mean, my background is slightly different, but hey, it's pretty similar. It's practically the same thing. We entered his office together, Casanov waving away another rebel, ending his conversation. Hello, lovebirds. Artie paled at the nickname. Giggle, agree with Casanov. Shut up, Casanov. Dude, I want to tell him to shut the fuck up so bad, but no. I agree. Yep, that's us. Just accept it. Time to stop messing around, though. We are here on business. Yes. Always so focused on duty, aren't you, my little hunter? Artie clenches his fist at his side. Get on with it, Casanov. I have a mission for you two. I know the last mission went so well, but I think you can handle this one. Sarcasm dripped from every word. I did my best to let it slide. Just punch him. Yeah, what do you want us to do? There's a new fighting arena that cropped up recently in a nearby village, Bleeding Scar. I snorted at the name. A bit on the nose. I know, I need you two to go there and recruit the strongest fighter you can find. Oh yeah, this... Come on, Lacey, wake up! There's no way they'll come if we just ask. That's what this is for. Casanov tossed a gray pouch. I caught the small, heavy sack. Shit. There's gotta be 100... No, 200 gold in here. I think that'll be enough to convince them. Bring our new friend back to Kedarn. We need the biggest person you can find. That was a bad joke. I'm glad I dropped that joke, like, as soon as it came out. I nodded, not bothering to question his request or make that shitty joke. Here's a map with a route to the village. Shouldn't take you too long. They're right outside of Kedarn. If you leave now, I believe there's a fight scheduled for tonight. Sounds good. We will head out right away. We left his office agreeing to meet all the city gates. What inspired you for this particular mission? Because I think it's really fun. It's the one that like really sticks in my head. I think when I read it, I remember saying that it reminded me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Make Artie shirtless. You know what? You're so fucking real for that. You've never been more real than you are in this moment. Artie was well prepared, waiting for me. Half an hour, I jogged up to him excitedly. This is gonna be fun. You're gonna get your shirt took off.
You think illegal fights are fun?
Absolutely, I do. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Sure. I shrugged and we began our walk. Damn, the MC is just so fucking blasé. I did my best to not daydream, keeping the conversation active between us. Ever since the Moonfly Festival, there was an electric charge between Artie and I, yet I wasn't sure if either of us were ready to discuss it. Yeah, I was. He definitely wasn't. There were an abundance of stolen glances over the course of our travels, but we both remained focused on the task at hand. We arrived at Bleeding Scar around nightfall. The crowd was already rowdy and cheering. A fight took place between two men, neither... Oh, the music. Neither of outstanding stature. A drunk elf pushed by, knocking Artie forward. Really polite crowd here. He sneered. Reaching to take my hand, I felt a small tug pulling me towards him. Let's find a place to watch the fight. See if we can find this huge individual Casanov is requesting. I silently nodded, letting him pull me through the crowd. We found an open spot with a good view of the makeshift arena. Artie attempted to make a conversation, yet the roars of the crowd drowned his voice out every time. Finally, he gave up, opting to just put an arm around my shoulders as the others around us packed it in tighter. Strategic. We continued watching the fight, some ending quick and bloody, others with a draw. The announcer for the night stepped into the center of the ring after the end of a particularly brutal battle. Up next, the man you've been waiting for. Bark! Bark, bark, bark! Holy shit! Okay, this is a large man. Dude, I want the silhouette. I made this joke, and I think I actually might do it one day, is I want to make, like, a dating sim, just, like, kind of a jokey dating sim. Maybe it'll have multiple love interests, but at least one, where they're, like, all silhouettes. I think it's kind of brilliant, I'm not gonna lie. I think I kind of popped off with that one. This is documented. Today is September 21st, 2024. So if anybody pops that shit out all of a sudden, I came up with it first. You heard it here first. The crowd exploded into cheers and screams as a man almost twice as large as Claudin stepped onto the floor. He smiled, giving the crowd a small wave. He's perfect! Me? Artie yelled into my ear as I nodded enthusiastically in agreement. The announcer introduced Bark's opponent, a Mazakoi man whose horns almost curled down to his neck. The bell rang and the two charged straight for each other. The large man tussled, fighting for dominance. The Mazakoi became trapped within Bark's hold, struggling to break free. The crowd shouted praise, hoping to see the demise of Bark's poor opponent. It looked as though Bark was ready to squeeze the life from him, his huge arms wrapped around the panicked man's neck. I watched as Bark lifted the Mazakoi easily, launching him out of the arena. His body smashed through the wall of the building nearby. The crowd fell silent, waiting to see if he would rise. Everyone held their breath, waiting until the bell rang, finally dinged in victory. Bark smiled, strutting through the arena and exiting the floor. Everyone was wild, jumping and hurtling towards the main floor. The announcer called a brief intermission. Eventually, the deafening sound of the venue settled. I rubbed my ears in relief. We should hurry and catch him. Artie began to dart. It's not like it's going to be hard to find his ass. Pulling me along, I was stopped abruptly by a hand on my waist. Ew. Hey baby, you looking for a good time? That's his voice now. I turned, giving the man who decided to lay his hands on me a disgusted look. I'm punching him, I don't give a fuck. I say as I say it. I'm punching him, I don't give a fuck. Without hesitation, I launched a quick fist directly at his face. My knuckles collided against his nose, the cartilage cracking under the force. You bitch. He gasped, falling forward, his hands coming up to cup his weeping and bruised nose. Asshole, yeah. Artie sent his own punch, his gloved fist flying directly into the man's side. He let out another cry, hobbling away with a panicked look. We exchanged weary glances, then slowly smirked at each other. He deserved that, yeah, sure did. Sure did. Let's go find Bark. No, I'm sorry, I can't. We hustled through the area, thankful for the intermission. Most of the crowd scattered to talk or argue about the fights and place their bets. We caught sight of Bark slipping into one of the rooms nearby. We hurried in behind him before the door shut. Excuse me. Artie spoke first, his hand out as he approached the giant man. How can I help you two? I don't know what I expected him to be like, but the kind smile and polite greeting threw both Artie and I off guard. We're from Kedarn. Well, we don't hail from there, but we are here on a mission for one of our leaders. Mm-hmm. He hummed, finding a flask nearby and taking a long drink of water. You know what? Same Bark. Artie and I looked at each other awkwardly. Did Bark ignore Artie's handshake? LMFAO? I think so. We were hoping to recruit someone, the best fighter we saw. There a fight you need me for? You're exactly who we need. Alright, I was looking for work anyway. I have one condition, though. He leaned against the wall, eyeing up both Artie and I. We can pay now in advance. That's all fine and dandy, but keep your money for now. I want to see one of you fight. I sighed. Of course he had to make this difficult. Fight? In the ring? No. Fight in the fucking parking lot outside. What do you mean? Nowhere else holding fights, is there? Yeah, exactly. Who do you want us to fight, Bark? He smiled, approaching us by the door. His size only increased as he got closer. He was definitely intimidating. Oh, whoops. Lady called the Wisp. I've never been able to beat her, but if one of you two can, I'll come with you. Deal. Artie and Bark shook on it. At least they shook this time, sealing our fate. I'll let the organizers know. You two figure out who's entering in. Doesn't matter who. Fuck, I forgot which one I enjoyed more. I couldn't remember if it was like the MC doing it or Artie doing it. Fuck. Okay, I think I can remember. I gotta open my Go-Gurt. I am an adult woman eating this bluey Go-Gurt. It was very good. He left, leaving Artie and I standing awkwardly in the room together. Is it blue? Yeah, it's berry flavored. It's like a purplish, bluish color. Yeah. I can't get the thing off. There we go. I didn't want to rip it and it like bukkake my fucking face on the stream. Not for free. I can fight. I haven't why can't I read today? Sparred hand to hand in a while, but it should be fine. Probably because I'm eating. Let Artie fight, I will fight. I'm gonna save, but I'm pretty sure I enjoyed when Artie did it. I mean, if that's the one where you're sure, this is probably the right one. Are you sure? Positive. Trust me in this, lady. He took both my hands in his, squeezing them gently. I will. Let's go show them what we're made of. We returned back to the main arena, Bark waving us over to the side. We shoved through the packed crowd. The intermission was coming to a close, and the energy in the bleeding scar was incredible. I told them one of you two were going to fight the Wisp. Did you decide who's going? I am. Alright, stand over here. They'll announce you as her opponent. He went to lead Artie to the other side of the arena. I jumped forward and grabbed the prince's sleeve. Artie, wait. Is everything okay? They're going to start soon. Wish him good luck. Kiss his cheek. Yeah. Why am I so scared to make any choice? It doesn't matter. I leaned forward, pressed. You know what it is? Is I had to do it all day for Quaint, and I feel like it's muscle memory now. The only downside is you can't make your fighting name if you fight. That's true. Fuck. God damn it. You know what? It's gonna have to even out. Both were good from my memory, so honestly, I can't really lose. But I leaned forward, pressing a quick cheek to his Kissed to his cheek. His stubble felt scratchy against my lips. Relatable. Artie froze on the spot, his eyes as wide as saucers. Artie? Come on, buddy, we gotta go. He snapped out of his daze, blushing wildly. Lady, I just wanted to give you a little good luck to take into the fight. Thank you. Bark tugged him away, Artie still staring at me, dumbfounded and blushing. Oh, I found a spot with a good view, ready to see who Artie would be up against tonight. The announcer stepped into the center of the ring, the crowd's roars shushed to murmurs. Now it's time for our fan favorite. We all know her and love her, but we should all be terrified. Here's the Wisp. She does look pretty wispy, not gonna lie. A frail old woman hobbled on into the arena. The crowd exploded at her entrance, chanting her name. Tonight we have a newcomer to face against our local legend. Please welcome to the arena, Captain! Oh yeah! You know what? I'm actually glad that we didn't give ourselves a name. Who gives a fuck? I'm bad at coming up with names anyway. I don't even remember what the fuck I said last time. His shirt and jacket were discarded, making him look even more like a professional fighter. Okay, Jan, I'm just joking. People around me spoke about his name, trying to guess the meaning of captain for him. I snorted. I wasn't surprised he needed an alias for the fight, but of course he couldn't think of something more creative. This is one of my favorite lines. He just went with the first fucking thing. Some of the crowd booed, the others cheering for a new prospect. I overheard men changing their bets, deciding Artie was the better choice for the fight. It was hard to not feel a sense of pride knowing other people thought he was strong, until I realized he was literally fighting an elderly woman. When the bell rings, you know the drill, anything goes. The announcer stepped out of the arena. I saw Artie speaking to the old woman, the crowd drowning out of their words. Then she swept into action. Her speed was inhuman. The once feeble old woman was moving like a cheetah. Artie stumbled forward as she zipped behind him, landing a small blow to his back. He was able to regain his footing, diving down after the Wisp. Artie looked through the crowd, completely ignoring his opponent rushing around the arena. His eyes scanned, searching for something, finally stopping once they found what they were looking for. Me! I swiped, giving him an assured nod. He could do this. I know he could do it, because I read it before, but also because I have faith in him. Artie looked revitalized, his eyes focused as he turned back to the fight. He prowled after the Wisp. As she made another move to zip to the side, Artie's hand shot out, snatching her ankle and ripping her to the ground. Me! I love that me and Logan quote that every fucking day of my life. It's actually really annoying. The crowd was uncontrollable. Even the announcer stepped up, his voice booming over the madness. Never been done before. The Wisp has been caught. The old woman struggled, pinned down to the ground by Artie's weight. Damn, wish that were me. His eyes searching once more. I waved, cheering wildly for him. My chest tingled, warm and happy, as our eyes locked together. The Wisp had finally freed, tapping out once she realized she couldn't escape his hold. I flew around the crowd, jumping at Artie and wrapping my arms around his torso, not giving him a chance to put himself together after the match. Lady! He held his arms out before finally wrapping them around me, pulling me in tighter. Amazing. You defeated her, Artie. You defeated that old woman. Good job. So he did. Bark interrupted us. He barked to interrupt us. There's a joke there. I'm just not smart enough to find it. I stepped away awkwardly, and I swore to assist you. I'm ready to leave at your earliest convenience. He's like, let's get the fuck out of here. Artie tugged his shirt and jacket back on. The grin on his face was hard to conceal. Let's go now. There's no time like the present. We led Bark back to Kedar, and the hallway was dark, yet somehow I knew Casanov would still be awake. Elder abuse! Oh no! Casanov! I yelled happily as we entered, my voice echoing off the walls. Look at you two, and you brought a friend, great! He dropped the parchment in his hands and sauntered over to us. You look like the notorious Bark I've heard so much about. Yes, notorious Bark! Notorious B-A-R-K. Stupid. Joke. I was unaware I was notorious, but yes, I'm Bark. Casanov let out a satisfied laugh, clapping a hand on Artie's shoulder. Well done. You two go get some rest. I will catch Bark up on our rebellion's progress. Thanks, I'm beat after that fight. Beating up women sure takes it out of you. We said our goodnights while Artie pushing to always be the gentleman, walking me to my room before hustling across the building to his own quarters. I made myself comfy in bed, ready for whatever came next in his adventure. I purposely chose the stupidest name for Bark. I love it. I think it's great. I think it really captures it as his essence, whatever that means. We rested for the next couple of days, spending our time eating, sleeping, or enjoying the company of each other at the local tavern. Tonight we all had gathered. Claudine, Artie, and I sat around the table, downing all sorts of booze the tavern staff threw our way. Well, it looks like I'm missing out on a party tonight. Kasanoff approached our table, a bundle of letters under arm. Join us! Sadly, I'm here for business, not pleasure. Damn. He handed each of us a letter. It was an invitation. We've been doing so well preparing for the rebellion. I want to throw a celebration for our successes thus far. Celebration? So soon? We haven't even traveled to Alton yet. Kasanoff clucked his tongue. Clucked? Yeah, that's a real word. Okay. We must keep morale high. I hope to see you all there. He waved, moving on to the next table, delivering similar invitations. A party, huh? It could be fun. Only you look forward to it because Eleanor will be there. Current winked, lifting his stein in a mock toast. We all bust out laughing. The idea of party sounded intriguing. I looked forward to spending more time with my fellow rebels, especially one in particular. Current. Just joking, JK. The party was a lot less formal than expected. I arrived with Artie, who continued to complain about how much he despised events like this. You enjoyed the Moonfly Festival, though? That was different. We found a spot to sit, waiting to see if any of our friends would show up soon. Bro, there's shrimp over there! Claudine, get the fuck out of the way! I want the shrimp! Claudine and Current came up to our table, smiling at the wide spread of the food. Yeah, I wanted to take Bark, spend more time with him.
Good eats tonight.
Bro is so happy. Is he eating the shrimp? He smacked his stomach, giving me a wink. Go on, you better take a look at the appetizer table before it gets picked clean by me. Claudine panicked, running across the room. Current stood alone, his eyes scanning the room. If you're looking for Eleanor, she isn't here yet. She must be busy. He sat down at the empty chair at our table, sulking like a disappointed child. Claudine loves to eat. Just like me, for real? Especially on stream? Oh, Current, if you're gonna mope about it, just go look for her. No, for real. Is that too forward? Bitch, no! Artie laughed, shaking his head.
My friend, we are in the throes of an upcoming rebellion. Let her know how you feel before it's too late.
Damn, why did he moan that to me? Hey, yo? What the fuck? This shit rated porn? Like, who you talking to? What you trying to get into? I caught Artie glancing at me briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And he got up, thanking us before exiting the party. I don't know what to do with those two sometimes. Get rid of them. I hummed in agreement. I wish Moira was here. She loved events like these. Did she? She always seems so like... Moira does not seem like the kind of person who enjoys a party. Like, at all. Unless I just misreading her character entirely, but... Artie frowned, resting his chin on his palm as he leaned on the table. Wherever she is, I'm sure she is safe. She's probably up in a tree somewhere. I hope so. The music started up, ending the conversation before it got too serious. A few... Boo! Hey! Spoilers! Spoilers. A few familiar faces stopped by our table, greeting us before joining in the throng of dancing, mingling, and merriment. Moira likes drinking and gossiping, of course. Are we dancing? I mean, to be fair, I can see that. I'll give it. When I was thinking partying, I was thinking she was just like busting a fucking move. So... Are we dancing again tonight? We are. We're about to bust a move. Are we dancing again tonight, my lady? See, my lady. That's me. That's me. Oh, I proposed something better. Oh. He grinned. Oh yeah, I'm all ears. Let's try some of this food. It's so fancy. I've never seen anything like these dishes. Dude, what was it? Like, or a High School Host Club where she just wanted the fucking fancy... What was it? What kind of sushi did she fucking like? What was it called? Fancy tuna! That's what it was. Fancy tuna! Is there fancy tuna here? Really? Really? Wait here. Artie left abruptly. He soon returned with two plates of a variety of foods piled high. Fancy tuna! I picked up our... the very best. This stuff was always served at the palace here. He held out a small shrimp. Yes! Bite it. Take it from his hand. Bite it? What the fuck? Not take it from his hand. What the... Boring. Anybody who chooses that needs to turn off the game, like, immediately. I don't give a fuck. I stand by it. Lame ass. Get out of here. Lame ass. What are you even playing this for? I bit it. He froze as I ate directly from his hand. Artie gasped as my teeth brushed against his fingertips as I took a second bite. You're right, that is good. I was beaming. The blush on Artie's face only made me even happier. Your turn! Your turn! I selected something off the plate, holding it out to him to try. I've already had all of the... that was a bad sound. I stuffed the small vegetable into his mouth. Gherkin. Not letting him continue his protest. Chew, swallow, good! He gave me a deadpan look before laughing. Fine, if that's how we were gonna play this. He went to hand me a tiny pastry before pulling it away. You should really try the icing first. Y'all, get a room. Like, okay. He plucked the cupcake directly into my nose. Rude. A dollop of vanilla cream. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Stuck onto my face. Yep, alright. Artie! Your MC is so funny. She's like a shit. She's a little shit. That's what she is. I took a swipe of icing off the dessert, wiping it on his forehead. The sound of a knife tapping a glass called our attention to the front of the room. We wiped the icing off of her face. I made sure to taste mine, and Artie was right. It was delicious. Get lost, Cass. Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see you here. Casanov beamed at the room, placing the knife down. We have come such a long way in building this rebellion. I want to thank Arthur, Lady, Claudin, and Current for agreeing to work with Kedarn to free their kingdom. Not only Kedarn deserves a just government, but it is right of all the citizens in the world to depend on fair leadership. Blah, 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 expedition, blah, 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 speech. Not blah, blah, blah. Casanov, you are prettier when you don't talk. I'm just sorry. I'm lying. I like a yapper. We have defeated strong foes, recruited new allies, and collected important intel that will serve us in the upcoming rebellion. Yet, I have one thing to ask you all. Do you have it in your soul? Do you feel it? Do you feel it now, Mr. Crab? They may have more men. They may be a larger kingdom, but we have bark, okay?
Will the fire in your heart turn the tides of this upcoming battle and release our Altonian brothers and sisters from their evil king?
No, here we go. I love him. Gosh, it's so great. Hey. You're not wrong, but look how pretty he is. We all clapped and cheered. The room was filled with excitement and pride. At the moment, I felt like anything was possible. The once faraway idea of dethroning the king was real. We can finally save Alton and stop the evil corrupting it. Remember when you failed the last mission, lady? Let's take 2 steps backwards, okay? This isn't like a done deal, alright? It's not like we've got this in the fucking bag or anything. Artie got up, using the chaos of the room as a distraction. Man has a flair for the dramatics, just like me for real. Just like me. I watched as he exited out of the side room. I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave, baby girl. Slipping out of my chair, I followed him outside. He stood under the gazebo, gazing out into the dark foliage. Artie? Lady, did you follow me? I didn't think anyone would notice I left. Aw, I wouldn't let you sneak away that easily. He let out a snort of a laugh. I moved beside him, our arms touching as we both leaned on the railing of the gazebo. Is everything okay?
Just a lot on my mind. Things are so different. I never expected my life to be like this 6 months ago.
I love listening to him. I nodded along as he spoke, not hearing a goddamn word he said. Different bad or different good? That's the question, isn't it? I get to save my kingdom, but I have to take down my own father. I mean, honestly, sounds like doubly good. IMO. I abandoned my post as captain, yet here I am, still with my main crew. Every negative has a positive to outweigh it. I swallowed hard, weighing if I should say what I wanted to next. I decided to just go for it. Fuck it. Is there anything good that sticks out? Artie paused, placing his hand over mine. Lady, you know there is. We turned towards each other. The air becomes electric. Tell me then. I took a deep breath, gazing into his eyes. My dumbass, I just realized something. When I beta read this, I completely thought that they were on a balcony. Because my dumbass thought a gazebo was a balcony somehow in my stupid ass brain. So I completely misinterpreted this situation. Whatever, it's fine. Blah, 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 romance, blah. Not blah, blah, blah. That's the whole game is exposition of romance. Artie shook his head, pulling me towards him. Our lips pressed together. His plush and soft. His plush and soft. Yep, that's his plush and soft. I'm sorry, I misread that. I melted into him, one of his hands caressing my lower back gently. We broke apart, resting our foreheads against each other, our breaths mingling between us. Bro, that was like third base for Artie. I've been waiting to do that for God knows how long. Finally! No, actually! I smiled, leaning in for another kiss. Shut the fuck up! I won't ask anything from you, but please know my feelings are true. Mine too. I think I'm in love with you.
What does that mean for us? I am yours if you have me.
I mean, yeah. Of course, Artie. He pulled me closer, his body keeping me warm in the cool night. We stood there for a while, not wanting to break the spell we were under. Finally, the party inside began to spill into the courtyard, and we were called back to join the group of our friends, both new and old. For the rest of the night... Dude, our breath probably tastes like shrimp. I just realized that. Why is your MC like this? I think... Look, she's just cash, alright? She likes Artie, you know, but she just gotta make a big deal out of it, you know? Let's not be gay. Like, just say you like each other. Who gives a fuck? Artie would slip me a quick kiss when nobody was looking. Oh, okay, scandalous. What will the kingdom think? I'm about to be queen. We ended the night reluctantly, saying our goodbyes and going to our separate rooms. How was I supposed to sleep when a new relationship was budding between us? I kept replaying the feeling of his lips on mine as I fell asleep that night. I woke up the next morning feeling revitalized, my chest tingling, thinking about seeing Artie later today. Part of me still couldn't believe last night wasn't just a dream. He truly cared for me as more than just a friend or ranger, but as a lover? What the fuck? I practically skipped through the halls, finding myself in front of a familiar door. Hello? My heart raced as I knocked lightly, hoping Artie hadn't gone out for the day yet. No response. I knocked one more time. Hey! The door creaked open to reveal half-dressed and groggy Artie. He rubbed his eyes and yawned. Yeah? Oh my god, lady! His demeanor changed as soon as he realized it was me standing before him. I'm sorry, I just woke up. I giggled at the embarrassed reaction, trying not to stare at his broad chest. I'm not trying. Let's go. Shirtless Artie part 2. This is just the rest of the game now. Come on in. Happily. He ushered me into his room, shutting the door behind me. It's good to see you. Sorry for showing up unannounced. I didn't mean to wake you. I would much rather be awake with you than still asleep. I'm not usually one to sleep in like this. He pulled me towards his bed, sitting down and patting the spot next to him. So are you just here to say hi, or do we have a meeting to go in to today? I pouted, crossing my arms. Artie reached for a glass of water, chuckling at my response as he took a sip. I need my water too. I'm thirsty. What, can a girl not just visit her lover because she wants to see him? He streaked out in surprise. Flustered, he wiped the dribble from his chin. Lady, what? That's what we are, right? He paused, his eyes locked on my face. Yes, but it sounds so sensual. He turned towards me, taking my hand in his.
You are much more than just a lover to me. I'd like you to think you're my partner.
Oh. Tomato, tomato, though. I smiled. Every word of his always made me feel like I was on cloud 9. I feel like we're children right now, deciding to call each other boyfriend and girlfriend in the schoolyard. Ooh. He chuckled at the comparison. His eyes went dark for a moment as the smile fell from his face. I do want to be honest with you, lady. A pang of worry hit my gut.
I've never done anything like this before. You are the first relationship I've ever been in.
Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me. You? Never in a relationship before? Never. It's not funny, but it is. I never have either. No. Lady, no. You are not my first, but we could take it slow. Yeah, I'm not a fucking virgin, but you know, we can pretend. Hi, Artie. Hi, Greg. That is alright. We can take it as slow or fast as you want. I know you must have had lovers before me. Yeah, but it's fine. We don't gotta talk about them. They're not as cute as you, baby girl. Don't worry about it. Enough, Artie. You're not my first boyfriend, but you are my love. Whatever you need, I'm here. I put my hand on his shoulder, leaning towards him. You're the one for me. I always felt something, but now I finally know it to be true. Artie pressed his forehead against mine. He took the words out of my mouth. I feel like we were meant to be, lady. Get this shit out of here. Get this gay shit out of here. I want to leave. This shit. He pressed his lips against mine, pulling me closer in the process. Sorry, I have a hard time dealing with fluffy shit, like, on live. Because not snore! Lacey, no, I am not snoring right now. I'm having a blast. And drinking consistently. Everything about his movements was sweet and painted in innocent affection. I knew my captain, my boyfriend, better than to push towards a scenario where he would be uncomfortable. Artie had revealed one night to our full party about his asexuality. I had no issues with his sexual preferences and enjoyed the spiritual bond we shared. We broke away, finding comfort in laying tangled together. Your sheets are much softer than mine. I rolled to face towards him.
Well, you're always welcome in my bed at any time, to rest and perhaps cuddle.
Damn. At least the other routes we have some implied raw dog. Hey. Just cuddling with Artie probably is just as satisfying, at least to the soul, you know? To the soul. Look how cute he is. He blushed furiously. You're so cute! You're so cute! Nah, I'm saying it. You're so cute! When you were flustered, he covered his face and pulled away. Oh, shut up. He laughed and trying to pull his hands away, but he was stronger than he looked. No matter how hard I pulled, they didn't budge. He finally dropped his hands after peeking between his fingers. I bet you he's so soft. I bet you he smells amazing. Those are the two things I know. Artie, I love you so much. I just need to bully. Aw, precious baby. His hands after peeking between his fingers, seeing him face scrunched up in concern. How did I get so lucky? I don't know, man. You're cute, that's why. I was about to ask him to elaborate when someone knocked heavily at the door.
Let's go, lovebirds!
Dude, I love you, Eleanor! Marry me! Suddenly I'm current. All of a sudden I just transformed into him. Suddenly I'm him. Casanov was looking for you two all morning. The voices of Eleanor and... That should be me! Okay, carried through the thick walls, and so did the sounds of their giggles together. All morning? How long have we been cooped up in here? Artie rolled around, finally locating his pocket watch on his bedside table. Eleanor, current MC polyroute, fucking win! Don't joke about that shit. Don't put it in there if you're not gonna deliver, goddammit. Get out of here. Do not get my hopes up. Oh my god, it's been almost 2 hours. No way. Wait, no. Eleanor, shut the fuck up and get in here. I stifled a laugh as we heard them retreat down the hall. Did they just leave? Did they just leave and then they came back to say that shit and walk off again? Artie stood first, dressing himself in front of me. Somehow that kind of does it for me a little bit. I don't know what. Like, obviously getting undressed in front of your partner is cute, but like watching them get dressed too, oh, look at you. You're so cute. They came back. They like sprinted back down the hall. Sounds like duty calls. Duty being Casanov. Got him. Fucking got him. I couldn't tear my eyes away as he pulled the tight undershirt on, tugging the familiar regal jacket on top. As usual. What does that mean? We both made ourselves presentable and took our... I know what it means. I'm stupid. And took our time walking to the council hall. I smiled proudly with Artie's hand in mine. A few curious glances were cast our way. Damn, everybody's so jealous of me. Everybody's just looking at me. Why are you looking at me? Artie and I entered the hall hand in hand. Casanov noticed immediately, smirking at the sight. Yeah, you wish this was you, don't ya? Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? I would say good morning, but it looks like you two were a little preoccupied to actually get here on time, so good afternoon. Shut the fuck up! Next time I'm going to take longer. You're lucky I showed up at all. I rolled my eyes. Artie let out a small, nervous laugh. Do you need us for another mission? A short one. We're nearly ready to begin the attack on Alton. I'm asking a few scouts to go out and gather some supplies nearby Kedarn. Shouldn't be a problem. What kind of supplies? Since I heard you two like gardening so much, okay, fuck you, asshole. I need herbs to make healing. You do it! Since you two like gardening so much with your gay ass shit and cuddling in bed, I'm gonna kill you. Why am I so mad? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was really bratty. That was really bratty. A grim look passed over his face. Okay, I've been drinking too much coffee. To back that up a little bit, I think that's what happened. The palace is heavily guarded. I am expecting casualties. It was Artie's turn to be serious. Yeah, we need to be serious. It's time to lock in. And his brow furrowed over his multicolored eyes.
I thought this was to dethrone the king, not to slaughter the staff.
The staff you speak of would kill any one of us without a second thought, Arthur. I put my arm on Artie's shoulder, trying to calm him down. This is what we signed up for, my love. He visibly relaxed at the sound of my voice. You're right. Artie took a deep breath, steadying himself. I have a request. Please give the Altonian staff a chance to surrender before swords cross. I can accept that. I was just gonna murder them in cold blood before, but now that you say it, we can consider it. Both men let out exasperated sighs. Then we shall head out for the herbs. Please let us know when we'll be meeting to discuss the plans to storm Alton. Of course, I will send word when we are ready. With that, we left, heading to the forest outside of Kedorn. Despite the stress from our previous meeting, the day was quiet and peaceful as my partner and I gathered herbs into our baskets. Shall we take a break? There's something I want to discuss. I nodded, finding a spot under a nearby tree, dropping my basket beside me. Artie joined shortly after, dusting his hand on his pants as he sat next to me, leaning his weight slightly onto my side. Part of me finds it hard to drop my guard, but I know with you I'm safe. I will always be here for you. Of course you're safe. I will always support you. Of course you're safe is so blasé. Which, I mean, is in turn with what our character has been. Of course you're safe. We are together. I will always be here as your safe space. What's going on? He smiled sadly, leaning his head on my shoulder. I don't want to fight against our own kingdom. I kept quiet, letting him talk.
I grew up seeing other fathers dote on them, treating their sons like gifts from the gods. You would think after 27 years I would finally stop expecting that treatment from my dad.
Oh. He sniffled, his eyes brimming with oncoming tears. I know this will end with my father dead or in prison, if we are able to defeat him. Sorry. The problem is, what if we fail? He turned to me, the tears falling freely down his cheeks. I know he will renounce me as his son, he may even execute me. But a part of me cries out for him, for mercy. A part of me still wants a father. It is making this so much harder. He sobbed, leaning into me. I shushed him and rubbed his back in soothing circles. Oh, Artie. Dads suck. I let him weep onto my shirt. His tears left small, wet stains. He finally calmed down, his breathing steadied once again. You deserve better than him. There are people who would kill to be in my position, yet I sob about a father who did not love me the way I needed. I squeezed him tighter against me. You're allowed to mourn what you never had. Don't worry about what other people would desire about your life. He sighed, nodding against me. Somehow you always know what to say. It's Lacey, it's all Lacey. If I was in that situation, I would be like, tough shit, man, I don't know. That's rough, buddy. It's just like, that's the end of that. He pulled back and looked up into my eyes. Oh. I feel like kissing's a little inappropriate. I definitely feel like we should to hold him. It's what I'm here for. I readjusted my seat, pulling him into me. I felt his body relax against mine as I played with his hair. Oh, this is so much better! The birds chirped happily around us, a beam of sunlight washing over our bodies to keep us pleasantly warm. We both drifted into a light snooze after a few minutes. Damn, just not doing our job. See? Cass, is what happens when you send us to get fucking herbs. The sound of approaching footsteps stirred me awake, along with the sound of 3 male voices. Look, a couple of sleeping lovers. The one man cackled, storming straight towards us. He's got a sword! And Nori and I jumped at the ready, pulling our weapons out as we took a defensive stance. Feisty ones, too. Creepy man. Judging by their disheveled garb and the dirty burlap mask hanging from their belts, they were...
Get out of here, before we slaughter you all.
Yeah, tell him! Artie's voice was low. His eyes were full of fire and hate. The third man laughed in our faces and drew a dirty knife from his belt. Why don't you hand over any valuables and maybe we'll leave you two alive? That is not even a good voice, even slightly. What? We should at least take the girl with us. She looks still... Leave me alone! The sleazy man licked his lips. I was disgusted by the way he dragged his eyes over my body. Body tea? Sorry, I'm sorry. I could be serious, I swear. Artie roared, charging for the perverted bandit. His sword gutted the man, spraying gore onto the ground in front of him. Charge the next bandit, defend Artie. Nah, I'm charging the next bitch. I probably should have said whatever. I followed Artie's lead, charging at the other bandit nearby. My small dagger plunged into his chest. I felt triumphant that this fight was so simple. Then I heard Artie... Whoops. You're fine! Shake it off! The last man standing had his dirty knife inches deep into Artie's thigh. No! It's just his thigh! Relax! I jumped into action. My heart raced at the sight of Artie in distress. The bandit pushed my beloved to the ground, abandoning the knife inside his leg. Damn. Damn, we really should have defended him. Oh. If only we could go back. I'm not going back. I'm doing it. He struggled, knee slashing wildly into his forearms as he tried to deflect my blows. I landed a knee to his groin, causing the man to fold in half, yelping in pain. I didn't waste a second before stabbing him repeatedly in the side of the neck. Yo, we're a vicious killer. Love that. Sickening gurgling noises spilled out of his mouth alongside blood. It reminded me of Lindra in her last moments. Damn. Miss Lindra every day of my life. Once I was sure he was... Why is my hair all staticky? It was fine earlier. I think there's just more light now. And the chroma key. The chroma. Ooh, my hair's all fluffy. Once I was sure he was dead, I ran straight to Artie. The knife was already removed from his leg, dark red staining his green pants. We need to get you back to Kedar now. It's alright, it's just my leg. It didn't get me too deep. Somehow he's still able to give me a bright smile. The knife was filthy. We must hurry before it gets infected. He nodded, standing up with my assistants. Sorry, I'm about to put deodorant on stream. I forgot to do it after I got out of the shower. We hobbled back to Kedar. Damn, eating on stream, putting deodorant on stream? Bitch, get it together. For real. We need help, a doctor! Please! Claudine, you are not a doctor! And Eleanor rushed up to greet us. Worried looks were painted on their faces. Take 3 guesses. Run in with bandits. The wound isn't too deep, but the weapon was dirty. I'll get a doctor. Take him to his room. I nodded, tugging Artie along. I do not remember this. I'm sorry. I don't know how. Like, it's kind of a memorable scene, but for whatever reason, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, Claudine huffed before nudging me out of the way. He scooped Artie. It's not him being like, you know what? Real. I couldn't carry his ass. We will never talk about this. I'm talking about it, bitch. I'm gonna be like, anytime he pisses me off from now on, I'm gonna be like, remember that time? Remember that time that you were carrying Artie around? I remember that time. I remember it well. He left, leaving me to run after the 2 men. My heart swelled at Claudine's assistance. Despite his rough exterior, he truly did care for my partner deep down. Damn! A real one. We arrived in Artie's quarters. The doctor already set up to examine the damage. Please set him down. Can you remove your pants for me? Don't blush! Bitch! You got a knife in your leg! This is not the time! Some privacy would be nice. They're a dog- Oh, I guess Eleanor's here. Eleanor, leave! Oops, sorry. Eleanor swept out of the room. Claudine grumbled a feel better, following her outside. Oh. I turned to leave, only pausing once I felt a gloved hand on my wrist. I'd like you to stay. Whatever you need. He unbuttoned his trousers at the doctor's order, shrugging them down past the wound with a hiss of pain. I did my best not to stare at his muscular thighs, or anything above that for that matter. Again, this ain't me, because I would have been like... Artie caught me looking. Ah! See? A small chuckle escaped his lips. Why does it always seem to be me giving you peep shows? I don't know, man. That's for you to figure out. But I'm not gonna complain. Beggars can't be choosers. I bit my lip, trying to hide my smile. Brace yourself, this won't feel great. The doctor dumped a clear liquid into the puncture wound, one I could only assume to be sort of a disinfectant. Artie gritted his teeth and growled in pain. It took everything in me not to jump forward and shove the doctor away. I couldn't stand seeing him in agony. My poor, sweet, sensitive child. No. After a few seconds, the pain seemed to have subsided. The doctor applied a numbing salve and stitched the wound closed. It may be sore for a while, but you should heal up fine. He gave him a pat on the shoulder, putting away his things before exiting the room. I was happy to finally be left alone to comfort my boyfriend. Artie flopped back onto the bed with a huff, exhausted by the drama that just occurred. Why do I feel like every time we're having a sweet moment, something goes awry? Because we're in the middle of a war zone, darling. I laid on the bed next to him, whirling towards him to sling an arm across his chest protectively. That feeling would be right. It seems we attract calamity. He sighed and kissed the top of my head. And we never got the damn herbs for Cassin. No, I'm glad we didn't. Fuck him. No, we didn't. I'll go let him know. Thanks. Come back here afterward. I'd like to fall asleep beside you. Oh. I nodded, getting up despite my desire to stay cuddled up with Artie, but I had to drag my little ass all the way to Cassinov. Cassinov did not care about the herbs. This is like, I don't know why I'm like taking it so seriously. It's not that serious. Saying we would need extra careful in the oncoming battle since our poultice stores would be low. I collected some dinner plates piled high with food and returned to Artie's chamber. I'm gonna be so real. Like, I know we're in the middle of a rebellion, but it is very funny to take like the prince and the people doing like the big missions or whatever and just get them to go collect herbs. Isn't that like a grunt ass mission? Go get one of the fucking new recruits to do that. I mean, I guess I would have died to the bandits, but you know what I mean. I placed the plates of food down on Artie's desk. I quickly handed one steaming meal over to him. We found comfortable places to sit as we dug into our meals. I was relieved to see Artie had recovered quickly, already looking back to his usual self. I believe Cassinov will be calling for us in the meeting tomorrow. We should be parted for Alton soon. Anxiety and excitement grew in my stomach. We had come so far since the coup in Kedarn. I look forward to seeing the kingdom again. Artie hummed, not quite in agreement, but in acknowledgement. Things will be changing once we arrive. Lady, I hope you are prepared. We may lose other rebels. Friends. I have been a ranger for 10 years, Artie. I know the risk of battle. His mouth drew into a thin line. Something was weighing on his conscience. Speak freely, my love. That got him. Artie smiled, unable to contain his happiness at the pet name, his face falling once again to a serious demeanor. You have kept me sane for so long,
I just
lady.
have a fear about losing you.
Well, you're the one that got stabbed, not me, so I'm not going anywhere, Artie. If anything, I should be worried about you. You don't need to worry. The room fell silent. The energy became oppressing. I had to do something about it. I dropped my fork onto my plate with a resounding clatter. Artie watched as I stood up, my chair scraping across the floor before I walked over to him. Lady? He watched me innocently, still seated, his food now long forgotten, with the utensils on the desk. I climbed on top of him, Yo! Hey! I don't remember this shit! Where was I? Okay, I don't know. Straddling his lap as I hugged him close to me. Oh. Artie's hand slipped up my sides, finally resting gently on my back. He pulled me close until our bodies were flush against each other. We sought each other's closeness, not for sexual means, thank you for clarifying, but for comfort. I felt at peace when we tangled our limbs and pressed into one another. I know Artie felt it too, immediately becoming more grounded when we were connected. Whatever happens, I will always be here for you, and you'll always be there for me. Unless you get stabbed again. He took a deep breath, his lips moving against my neck as he spoke. Hey, you ain't gotta do all that. We stayed there for like a long time. Our dinners both cold and forgotten. Artie finally stood, lifting me up with him as we moved to the bed. He tucked us in together, knowing this may be our final night within these walls. A knock came from the door, along with a familiar voice.
9 a.m. We gather for the rebellion.
Thank you, Eleanor! Eleanor's voice carried as she moved down each door, rapping her knuckles and leaving the same message. We are approaching the end of this journey, it seems, lady. He snuggled closer to his chest, seeking out some warmth. Somehow it feels like it's another beginning. I could hear this damn cheesy ass, alright? I could hear the smile in his voice as he bid me goodnight. He was like, damn, that was really cheesy. Flicking off the oil lamp and covering my body with his. We slept soundly that night, despite the excitement for the next morning looming over us. Artie and I woke up wordlessly, knowing today was not the day to laze about in bed. It was finally time to act and take down his father. We pressed and I helped him sort out his room quickly before we left for the council hall. Despite our attempts at being on time, we still felt as if we arrived late. The hall was packed, the full force of the rebellion stood together. Oh god, is Casanova going to make another speech? Claudine and Current spotted us, pushing through the crowds to greet us both with a brief, "Good morning!" Casanova stepped out from a side room, the chatter of the crowd hushed to a silence. Oh god, here he goes. Good morning! He greeted the room casually, his voice echoed off the wall. You all received a knock on your door last night, alerting you of this moment. We gather here to discuss what we have spent all these months working toward, saving Alton from its dictator. Soft agreements murmured from the crowd. Casanov held up his hand to silence them. I've stayed up many nights thinking about the best way to go about this plan. We've blessed to have Ace in our pocket, the prince himself, to storm the castle with us. The crowd turned, all eyes landing on Artie. He stood up straighter under their gazes. We all have worked hard and we are ready. I will be sending out my fellow council members to give you directions for the rebellion. Everyone has a job to do, and for this to go smoothly, you must be willing to lay down your life to make sure your task is completed. Several men and women dispersed from the room Casanov exited from moments ago.
Please have patience. Once you receive your assignment, gather your things. We meet at the bridge in 2 hours. The march on Alton is nigh.
It's nigh! Several people clapped as Casanov exited the front of the room, moving behind the crowd to meet my small group and I. Just the people I wanted to see. Current Claudin, go find Elle. She has your assignment listed for you. Artie, lady, follow me. Current jumped at the chance to see his girl, and Claudin begrudgingly followed behind him, casting one more glance in my direction. I gave him a thumbs up to let him know everything was going to be okay. That seemed to placate him for now. Artie and I followed Casanov into his office. He sat behind the desk, gesturing for us to take 2 seats across the room. I will get straight to it. I want you two to lead the charge. Truly? Not brazenly, but you two will sneak ahead before you march in. We have several bombs that need to be planted to block off escape routes for the king, and one to grant us entry. That's where you two come in. Because I know the layout of the castle. Yep, and your girlfriend is the best scout we have. I felt my chest swell with pride at the recognition. Damn, thank you! He's like, you're the best we have. You don't get stabbed, like, ever. It's awesome. We could do this! I knew deep down this could get messy, but if this is what it took to stop the king, it was worth it. I need 2 bombs planted in the interior of the castle, the east wing and the south wing. Our intel reports of emergency exits there. Elle has a map with the coordinates marked. Artie nodded, adding in a comment here and there of his ability to recall these exits. Once those 2 are detonated, we will be Detonated, we will be gathered at the front gate. There's a full frontal assault. The last bomb needs to be set off to blast the holding lock, granting us access. We weren't able to get info on the king's whereabouts due to losing our Tarfan agent, so we will have to search for him. He will most likely be in the north wing. Look there first then. We get to control of the castle and show the people of Alton the truth behind his acts. Then the kingdom is ours to rebuild, or rather yours, Prince. Artie nodded without a word. Sounds easy enough, bitch. No, it ain't. Sounds easy enough. I thought we were killing the king. I mean, that's actually a good question. What happened to that? I thought we were killing the king. The people of Alton will see us as conquerors if we do that. The best thing we can do is have them confess to his crimes. If it comes down to him losing his life, though, he pulled out an old, tattered scroll. I have a backup plan. I could feel Artie holding his breath beside me. I placed a hand on his knee to calm him. Let's not waste any more time, then. We will meet at the bridge shortly. I stood up, taking Artie's hand in mine as we left the... Come on, boyfriend! Just drag his ass along. Casanov's melodic voice called out to us one last time. I want to say before you two go, I assume you will not be returning to Kedarn once your kingdom is on the mend. No matter how this battle goes, I see you both as dear friends of mine. Kedarn will always welcome you home with open arms. Thanks, Cass. That means a lot. He smiled at the use of the nickname, the ever-present tension of our relationship dissolving in that moment. We exited into the council hall. A few groups were still gathered, discussing their role in the rebellion. I couldn't help but already feel a pang of sadness at leaving Kedarn. So much has changed since the night we chained Casanov to a tree. It's such a funny way to phrase that. He had become one of my closest friends, sacrificing much to help us save our kingdom. I made a mental note to thank him in the future properly. Artie and I visited each of our rooms, collecting what little belongings we had before finally stopping at the bridge full of people waiting to march into Alton. We were told the march would take only a few days. A guide led us on a simple route straight through the valleys. Despite the danger of the upcoming battle, the crowd was jovial when we made camp that night. Many sang and danced around campfires, sharing bottles of alcohol and enjoying whatever rations were brought along. Artie and I kept to our shared tent, only coming out to check in with a worried Claudin. I felt confident, but Artie still had many apprehensions. I did my best to support him and keep his spirits up as we neared closer to Alton. Finally, we arrived back to our kingdom. We must send you two ahead so we are not noticed. Kasanoff handed us a small bag containing 3 crude bombs meant for our mission. Do your best to not get spotted and detonate the first 2. Then meet me in the front gate and grant us passage. We can handle everything else. I took the bag and looked at Artie. He steeled his gaze as he looked down the familiar bridge into the kingdom. The rest of the rebellion lurked into the forest surrounding Alton. Kasanoff joined us within the kingdom walls to ensure that we could get through the streets unnoticed. Good luck. He patted both of our shoulders before jogging down a nearby alley and heading back towards the troops in the forest. It's really happening. Are you ready? He took a look around the street, his eyes landing on a small child holding his mother's hand. The mother and son duo were peering into the market stalls. The toddler giggled and reached for anything within his grasp. His mother scooped him into her arms, bounding him happily, pressing gentle kisses to his babbling baby's head. I am ready. Artie charged ahead down the street. I jogged casually up to him, hoping nobody noticed the way he stormed directly towards the castle. There were 2 guards out front. Artie quickly ducked to the side, walking along a stone wall. I followed him wordlessly. We finally happened upon a large, unguarded entrance. Artie swiftly entered, peering around to make sure nobody noticed our presence. Come on, I'll get us inside. I nodded, looking awestruck at the castle walls. I never had a chance to actually visit the royal family, only ever getting the pleasure to befriend the prince out in the field. Artie scaled one of the most dilapidated walls, gesturing for me to follow him. We climbed fast, finally stopping on an overhang looking over the castle. We can drop down here. The exit is in the hallway below. I followed his lead as he crouched out of sight, narrowly being spotted by a guard. He maneuvered over the railing and swung his body expertly. I watched as he disappeared through an open window in the hall below. I moved quickly, landing right behind him. The hall was ornate and completely empty. This door leads to a cellar that has an escape route. Artie gestured to one of the many heavy doors lining the walls of the hall. I'll place the bomb. Let Artie place the... No, we're never letting Artie do anything ever again. You just get stabbed every time. I'll place the bomb. Let me handle it. I'll place the bomb. Stand back. Delicate, Prince. Artie nodded, moving out of the way as I opened the door with a heavy creak. I walked down a few of the stairs, finding the perfect spot to lay the explosive. Igniting. I used a match, striking a small spark at the end of the thread of the bomb. Once it touched the black powder, the stairwell would crumble. Artie stood panicked at the top of the stairs, waiting for me to haul my ass back up to him. Don't worry about it, I'm the best scout around. After checking to make sure the fuse was fully lit, I clambered up the stone steps as fast as I could. I knocked Artie back with me as the stairwell imploded in on itself. I expected shouts, yet none had come. The swing is not heavily guarded. They all must be with my father. They probably know we are here. Most likely. We must move to the next wing. He took my hand, holding me close to the side as we rushed through the halls. Out here. I gave him a confused look as we snuck between 2 guards outside and entered a greenhouse. There's a trap door. It leads to tunnels below. I nodded, now understanding. This is a perfect place for a secret emergency exit. Nobody would guess a greenhouse. He grunted in agreement as he opened the wooden trap door in the floor. I say we ignite it and run to the front gates. They will be seeking us out by now. I nodded, bracing myself to run out the small glass building. Artie took the next bomb and ignited the fuse until he was sure it would blow in the next few seconds. Throw it! He launched the small bundle and turned towards me, grabbing me around the waist as the ground shook beneath us. Oh, they definitely heard that. We must get to the main gate. We ran through the outside of the castle. As we moved, we made sure to stay out of the guard's sight and sneak quickly to the main gate. There were already shouts coming from the outside. I watched in disbelief as the giant hand punched the main gate, slowly ripping a hole large enough for him to pass through. Bark! Oh yeah, I forgot. I actually legit did forget about Bark. I'm sorry, Bark. I just, a lot's happened. He waved happily as he knocked away guards with ease, now on our side of the wall. You two blow this open, I'll watch your back. Artie helped me quickly set the bomb up on the holding hatch. Once it detonated, the gate swung open easily. The militia rushed in like a dam breaking in the river. Artie and I dove out of the way, avoiding getting caught in the battle. We laid on the stone, dumbstruck by the chaos around us. Let's go. Time to find your daddy. Why you gotta say it like that? Kasanoff grabbed each of us by the arm and forced us to stand. Your father is somewhere in the north wing. We need to find him. Time is of the essence. I will check the library. Kasanoff, you check his dwelling. Lady, you can look in the throne room. Let's go. We raced through the halls, separating out our locations. I felt uneasy with the emptiness of the area. My heart raced as I approached the door of the throne room. Hey, what up? I peeked through the crack, gasping at what I saw. Artie's dad, the king, was seated happily on his throne, his large scepter in his hand. Lady! Cass whispered. Oh, he whispered. Lady! Whispered as he and Artie rushed up to me. He's in there. He's in there. Artie's face paled. His hands began shaking at his side. I fought every urge to pull him into an embrace, to comfort and protect him. Now was not the time. Casanov went to speak. He was cut off as Artie shoved past us into the throne room. We scrambled after him, calling out his name. Hello, my darling son. I was wondering when you would return home. I had to bite the inside of my cheek to try to keep myself from spewing insults at the terrible man before us.
No son of yours.
Damn, got him. You're a horrible man, full of lies. The Lord of Lies! Hate and deceit. Bro, it was not that funny. The king laughed loudly, shrugging as he stood.
You are correct about all those things. Especially about no longer being my son.
No, you? His eyes scanned over Artie, then moved towards me. I snarled at the man as he glanced my way. Cute. A commoner. Ah, bitch! I am not surprised this is who you are involved with. Fuck you! He looked away from me, quickly glancing at Casso.
And the prisoner. You always seem to bring dirty little animals home with you, Arthur.
Okay, he kind of ate you up, though. He kind of ate you up, Casanova. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You were always so much trouble. I should have disposed of you alongside your mother. Artie gripped his sword tightly, sweat forming on his brow.
Do not speak of her, you devil!
The king let out another laugh. He sauntered towards us. Still so sensitive about it. Yeah, get over it. What the fuck? No matter. I have no need for you anymore.
You see, I have another heir. She's lovely,
True.
strong,
True.
and everything you never could have been.
Kind of true. I mean, they're both pretty. You lie. I have no siblings. Au contraire. Come out, darling. Hey, who would have guessed? Who would have fucking guessed? I swallowed the bile in my throat as Moira strolled out one of the back rooms. Moira? Artie staggered back. Casanov caught him before he hit the
Hello,
carpet.
brother.
She's like, what up? She spit the word out, looking down at the three of us. I told you you'd see me again very soon. If I felt a chill crawl up my spine. Moira was Artie's sister and a traitor? I know you're all very shocked. Too bad Claudine is caught up in that bloody battle outside.
Hope he survives it.
She's like, good fucking luck. Okay. She smiled and sat down on the throne. I would have loved seeing his face when I walked out. She crossed her legs, leaning forward towards us. So, Father, what will we do with them? There was a flash of fear in her eyes as she looked at her father. I noticed the way she tensed up as he evaluated her actions. The king grinned, turning towards us. We stood frozen in fear, our hands hovering over our weapons, ready to pull at a moment's notice. They will go to the dungeons. I'm sure the rest of their little militia will be thrilled to see them. I pulled my dagger, backing up towards Artie and Casanov. Guards! The king's men came flooding in, overpowering us easily as we did our best to fight back. Then everything went dark. I need to take a pee break. I'll be right back. I did not almost knock over my green screen. I would never do that, and that didn't almost happen, so don't worry about it. I woke up in a dank cell. Stupid joke. Oh my god. Okay. Flashbacks to the Kedarnian dungeons plagued my mind.
It's fine. Took a battering ram to the chest.
I'm afraid that only happens once in a lifetime, darling. And you already used that up.
Some of us do not have choices they can make. You decided to come here and fight. This is what happens.
Bro, I'm so mad. I'm so mad about that. Oh no. Fuck. That sucks. Okay, what were the jokes I made? All I said was that I was surprised that Eleanor was taller than the rest. And then I was like, ooh, husband, if you like it, then you should have put a ring. I hate that. I hate it. They should be like... I don't even know what to do about it other than just keep going. We stood together as friends, as family. We had to defend our new home and take out this despicable man all at once. This time we cannot fail. Hey, I mean, I beat it, but like at what point? But at what cost? I didn't even read like the last bit of it. Aww. So cute. Good job, everybody. Sorry about the muting. I could have swore I unmuted it when I sat down, but it must have been the desktop audio instead. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be real. I mean, that kind of put a bit of a damper on my spirits, not gonna lie. But, I mean, simple mistake, not the biggest. What ending did you get? I got the one where Moira came back and, like, she was raising a school, and then the king was like, I'm gonna come back for you. Not you getting muted and me losing internet at the same time. Cursed! Cursed! I blame King Morador for it all. But, hey, but we did finish the route today, which is what I expected. And I got a pretty good end. I don't know if I got the best end, but I'm pretty sure I got a good one. Cursed, indeed. Cursed, indeed. I think I'm really hungry, and that coffee's like making me all jittery now, and so I'm probably gonna hop off a stream a little bit early today. But we finished on time, and next week is gonna be Claudin, which I'm really excited about for some new content. Like, it was fun being able to revisit it, but I'm actually glad that most of the game I get to experience like for the first time on stream. So look forward to that. Also, don't really know what's gonna happen on the other routes. In terms of getting like bad at things and stuff, I kind of hate getting bad at things. So, you know, usually if I get it the first time, then I'll just keep it, you know, that kind of ordeal. But I'm gonna hop off because me tired. Me have a lot of stuff to do and time to eat. So you get some food, enjoy your time. Thank you for dropping by for a little bit. And Artie's art is so damn cute, and I'm glad that I got a good end for it. So tomorrow we'll be streaming The Sims at 11 a.m. So first thing in the morning. I'm telling you, these early morning streams are way better for me, but unfortunately I can't always do an early morning stream, so fuck it, bro, that's life. Anyway, but that's enough for me for today, so bye bye. Time to mute myself.